What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scared Soldier back with another Wonderland video, and in today's video we are going to be going over an awesome Graveborn / SporeWarden build, and we have a lot of things to show you because this build is absolutely amazing. But the first thing we're going to do is break down the skill tree so you guys get an idea of what this build can do and how it's set up. So we're going to get into the skill tree right away, and if you guys see my character on the left, he's looking absolutely epic. And of course, we have the Graveborn / SporeWarden tree because this is going to be more of a companion build. So how this is set up is, first of all, we have some essence drain. We have 2 points into here, and this is going to give us more spell cooldown rate. More spell cooldown rate is going to be good because our spells are going to activate our kill skills, and it's also going to be good because our spells do dark magic damage. So this is going to be really good to have our skills back as soon as possible. Moving forward, we have Faithful Thralls. This is absolutely amazing because the more companions we have, the more damage we deal. This is one of the best skills for Graveborn, so make sure you pick this up. And we have 3 points into here. Very, very awesome skill. The next thing is we have Dark Pack. We have dark magic damage for free, so definitely go ahead and pick this up. And then also we want to give dark magic damage to our companions and boost that. So this is going to stack, and we're going to be getting 2 stacks of this. So all it is a kill skill, and this is going to be giving us a bonus dark magic damage. So this is very, very nice for our companions. And then moving down the tree, we have Stain of the Soul. Again, more bonus dark magic damage at this time for our spells. And if you guys are new to Wonderlands, dark magic basically can give you healing orbs that basically refill your health a bit. So this is really good that we're constantly doing this through everything, through our spells, through our actual Fate Maker, and of course our companions. Now, what's great is with this perk right over here called the Dark Hydras, this is also a kill skill, and we have a chance to summon a Dark Hydra. And this is also going to be dealing the dark magic ability damage to nearby enemies. And this is extremely, extremely awesome because with Faithful Thralls, this is an easy setup because we can summon Dark Hydras, and the more companions we have, the more bonus of Faithful Thralls we have. So more damage for everything, which is really, really awesome. Then moving down the skill tree, we have Ascension. I love this skill because of the stacking potential. Max stacks is 10. So if you do the math, you're going to be getting 60% more health, 60% more spell damage with this. This is absolutely amazing, and it's also a kill skill, so you can imagine when you're killing things really fast. And also with the capstone down below, which we're going to talk about in a second, this is very, very easy to get Ascension, and this is going to really buff your damage up quite a bit. Next, we have Lord of the Edges. Now, Lord of the Edges is actually really good because this gives you more damage dealt the lower your health is. And with a Graveborn, when you're using something like this one over here, Reaper of Bones, this is actually taking away your health continuously. So you're always getting lower and lower and lower. So you will feel some damage bonuses when you use this over here, the Reaper of Bones. And by the way, also Dire Sacrifice takes away 40% of your health to deal the damage. So again, you're already going to be lowering your health and you're going to be getting some damage. Now, I do like this perk with more of a deathless setup actually, because that will be more constantly active, but it is always good to have this anyways. Now, finally, we have the capstone. The capstone is why we went all the way down the tree as well, because this is going to be giving us our kill skills when we cast a spell. And this is exactly why we wanted more spell cooldown and essence drain, because we want our spells back as soon as possible. That way we can spam our spells and we can summon as many Dark Hydras as possible, even if we do not kill somebody. Now, the beautiful thing is if our companions kill enemies, it can spawn Hydras as well. So we don't have to do all the killing. Our companions can do the killing, and then it will get more companions on the way. Moving to the SporeWarden tree. First of all, I was playing around in this tree, and what I found the best combination was what you're about to see. So first of all, we have Kind Dread Heart, and this is going to be giving you more companion health, more companion damage by a hell of a lot. Look at that, 40%. It's nuts. So that's a lot of companion health and also companion damage. So that's something you definitely want. And then next thing is going to be kill skill. Action skill cooldown rate is increased for a brief duration. Now, the reason I like this is because our action skill is very important to us. First of all, our action skill is going to proc one one of the best enchantments in the game for this build, and we're going to need our action skill to proc that. So if we're waiting, let's say we do choose to use the Reaper Bones, we're going to have to be waiting a long time because you see the cooldown is 50 seconds. So we need something to lower that for sure. Unless you guys do choose to use the Dire Sacrifice, which is still 25 seconds, you're going to want to use this one. Now, I also like the Reaper Bones, like I said, for the immunity. So if I can get Reaper Bones a lot sooner for hard boss fights, it's nice because I do get 3 seconds of immunity, which gives me a little time to gather myself. And believe me, guys, near the end in this end game stuff, those little things really do help out a lot. Now, moving forward, we went into the Bullseye because you're getting a 50% gun critical hit chance, and also gun companion critical hit chances up a lot. And this is going to be fantastic because if you look down, we have Thrill of the Hunt, and this is all going to make sense now. Our gun critical hits grant increased companion damage. So this automatically gives us more critical hit chance. And then this is going to tie in with Thrill of the Hunt because now we're going to get more companion damage. And by the way, this stacks 10 times. So if you guys, if we get this thing to fully stack 10 times, which is super easy, you get 150% bonus companion damage right there if you have an extra 2 points from your class mod that go into Thrill of the Hunt. So this is insane amount of damage, all coming from just your skill tree alone. Now, moving into the inventory, I have some suggestions for enchantments and also weapons. For the weapons, your main kind of weapon is going to be a Furior type, and you're also going to want weapons that either throw one of two things. You either want pixies, because pixie companions are absolutely super strong. And the thing with pixies is they mimic your weapon. So if your weapon is ×2, ×4, ×8, ×10, your pixies will shoot ×10, ×2, ×3 projectiles. So the more times you have on your weapon, the better those pixies are going to be. And of course, they take the fire rate of your weapon, and they also take the damage of your weapon. So the more damage, the more projectiles, and the better fire rate, the better kind of pixie you're going to get. And that is also going to be very true for also the guns with wings. That's also a very good companion to have. The other thing I really like is the Dark Hydras. So the Dark Hydras are also really good. If you can get a multi-headed Hydra, that is going to be one of the better ones because the single-headed is a little slow. So the multi-Hydras are going to be 3-headed Hydras that are going to shoot 3 times at a time. And that's going to be a lot of damage that's constantly flowing. So again, either get the multi-headed Hydras on your Furior, or get the pixies. Those are going to be your best 2 options, as well as the guns with wings. Those are the 3 types of Furiors you're going to want to look for with as many times as possible and as much damage as possible. Now, I have multiple elements here. I have dark magic, I have cryo, I have shock. I also have some fire stuff as well. So just in case, I like to elemental match the enemy I'm going against, so I'm always prepared. And also, just so you guys know, I really enjoy the SMGs because they have a really good fire rate, or the shotguns because they have so much damage. So your pixies hit super hard, and you guys are going to get to see some gameplay of that, but it's super awesome. Now, when it comes to enchantments, some of my favorite enchantments are the ones like this. So while action skill is active, you increase the frost damage or your dark magic or your shock or whatever. And the beautiful thing is with this is you don't actually have to have your action skill active for now, because there's a bug in the game. If you just activate your action skill, it's going to give you 60 seconds of this anointment no matter what. So this is actually really powerful. And you can also just kind of mix and match things, like getting elemental damage is extremely strong. Even doing specific things like boosting your type of element that you're using, like this one here. On spellcast, increase lightning damage by 30%. Those are all really good things. So Furior is your go-to with companions. Next, for your actual, if you want to call it your sword, but I'm not using really a sword, it's the frying pan. I really like the frying pan because number one, the frying pan, if you read down below, it reduces bullet and projectile damage from the rear by 90%. So this is amazing for survivability. And plus, this is not a melee build, so I never really swing my weapon anyway. So why not get a good amount of survivability by just having this equipped? Because any other sword that's going to be equipped won't give you anything except the enchantment. So this is a really good thing to have for survivability. Plus, the enchantment we're using is while action skill is active, increase elemental damage by 35%, and that is for everything. So everything that does elemental damage will be boosted no matter what you're using. That's extremely powerful in this game. Moving on, for the actual ring, we are using companion damage, and we also want the while ward is not full, effects are increased by 100%, and what it does is it doubles the top damage. So companion damage is plus 15. This will double that and make it 30% when your ward is not full. And then it's the same thing. We have 2 rings, so we want the same effect twice. And this is going to be giving us basically, when everything is active, 60% bonus companion damage, which is amazing. The next thing you want is the Master Ruin, because the Master Ruin increases your companion damage by 25%, which is awesome. And again, you cannot stack anointments, guys. If you haven't watched the video of Moxie, shout out to Moxie, for the anointments on how they work, you can't stack, you can't have the same anointment. So if I had enchanted for elemental damage 35%, I can't have that same anointment, it will not stack. So you have to have different anointments on your gear, and this is why we have this one here on action skill start, increase damage dealt by 20%. That's for all damage dealt, so this is extremely powerful. The next thing you guys can use is your class mods. So I have this one right here, and basically the most important thing you want on your class mods is, first of all, companion damage, because this is a companion build. And then if you get all damage dealt, you're good to go. Anything else is always good, but the main thing is all damage dealt, companion damage is going to be amazing because this is a companion build. You also want either 2 or 3 in your dark hydras, or you want a more into faithful thralls. It doesn't really matter as long as you have dark hydras, faithful thralls, and of course the last one for the SporeWarden. So this one over here, if you have more points into this, you're all good to go. So those are the 3 main perks that you want, is the ones above. And make sure you have Graveborn power and SporeWarden power as your other perks. Now for the actual necklace that we're wearing, we're using this one here. Now preferably we would want the one with dark magic, but we have lightning damage, which isn't bad because I have lightning weapons anyways, and my spell is also lightning, so it's not that bad. But essentially what you want is actually dark magic, so I do have that right here. So dark magic damage with Graveborn power. And you also want the one that I have right now, which is why I'm using it, is because this one, when the Fate Maker or companion kills an enemy, companion damage is increased by 20% for 15 seconds, and this stacks up to 5 times. So if you do the math, that's 100% companion damage if you kill 5 enemies between you and your companions, which is really easy to do and very, very powerful. So make sure you get this one. And then lastly, we have one of my favorite spells in the game. This one is extremely powerful because, first of all, the most important thing when you're looking for a spell, in my opinion, is first of all the cooldown rate, which this one only has a 6.7 second cooldown rate, which is reduced through many things in the game. And also the amount of charges we have is 4 charges. So we can literally spam this thing to get all our kill skills active, spawn possibly 4 hydras once we call all 4 of them out, which will already maximize our damage. And then from there, we can do whatever we want because everything is active, and we can kill enemies with this spell as well. The spell is extremely powerful, guys. If you charge it to full, max full, it will absolutely destroy enemies. You're going to see some gameplay on that as well. But a very, very strong spell in the game. You can also use things like Buffmeister and all these other types of things in the game. The Threads of Fate is fun to use, but really the spell count is very important. So find a spell that has 4 to 3 spell charges and has a low cooldown, and it's going to allow you to have more procs of your kill skills right from the beginning of the fight. That's all the skills, guys. I'll show you my myth rank real quick if you guys are curious. My myth rank is 119, and of course we spec quite heavily into things like companion damage and also dark magic damage, all the things to help the build really thrive. And that's what we have, guys. So we're gonna get into some gameplay. I hope this build skill breakdown helped you guys. So let's get into the gameplay. I'll see you over there.
I'm gonna make some.
All right, so right when you get into battle, make sure you call in your spell charges, because your spell charges are going to do a couple of things. First of all, they're going to activate all your kill skills. Also, they're going to get more dark hydras on the battlefield, which then gives you more damage off the rip. So the more spell charges you have, the better. And also, the more spell charges you have, the more times you can call in the Hellish Blast perk from your Demi-Lynch, and he absolutely wipes the map. That's why you want a low cooldown and also more spell charges. And then activate your action skill to get any action skill active, or action skill starter and anointments / enchantments active. And then you'll have maximum damage, Fear Your Chuck, and all your pixies, dark hydras, and multi-headed hydras are going to do a bunch of damage, and you will absolutely exploit Chaos 20 and solo it by yourself. So that's the build, guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. It's your boy Scared Soldier signing out. Peace.